The title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for Only Giving a Car to My Daughter and Not My Wife's Daughter? My wife and I have been together for 20 years. We have two beautiful daughters. My daughter Bella, 18, and my wife's daughter Caroline, 19. I am both of their biological father. However, I have more of a bond with Bella, and my wife is the same with Caroline. Last Tuesday, Bella turned 18. I bought Bella a new car. It was a Mercedes S-Class, and we had to save for quite a while to be able to afford it. Bella loved it so much and was so grateful. Caroline was livid. Caroline cried to me and her about it being unfair. My wife confronted me asking why I did not give Caroline the same gift for her 18th birthday. I told my wife that if she thought Caroline deserved such a nice gift, then she should put her money where her mouth is. Well, my wife has not been listening to or speaking to me, and Caroline has been being a little bit of a brat, begging Bella to give her a turn with the car. My wife called me a shitty father for favoring one daughter over another. I do not think this is the case, but I am beginning to feel guilty because Caroline is taking it out on Bella. Am I in the wrong? Dude, seriously can't see this? Yeah, he's the father of both of them and just bought one of them a car and is like, I don't think this is wrong. Okay, hang on. We gotta dive into some comments here because the fact that homeboy just isn't seeing, like straight up isn't seeing that this is an issue at all is a problem. He is the dad to both of them, biological father to both of them, only calls one of them his daughter? He says my wife's daughter. Wait, like my daughter Bella and my wife's daughter, but they're both his daughter. That's red flag number one here, okay? The fact that he only bought one of them a car and then is like, oh, if you think she deserves it, put your money where your mouth is. That's red flag number two here. They're both your daughter, dude. Just because you have a stronger bond with one of them does not make the other one not your daughter, right? Let's dive into some comments by OP. The note next to this says, this guy is Delulu. My wife and I have a joint bank account. So I said we. She wasn't exactly on board, but since it was both of our money, I said we to give her some credit. Being a father is not about just genetics. I have love and respect for Caroline, but we do not click like Bella and I do. Yes, they are both my daughters, but one is unconditional and one is only my daughter on the biological sense. I love both of my daughters equally. You can't say I love both of my daughters equally when all of the bullshit you said before that says the exact opposite of that, dude. Also, as a parent, like, the friend bond that you have with your kid does not determine them being more or less of your kid. This dude does go straight here. You were right. This might be the biggest asshole we've ever encountered, because at this point they're 18 and 19. So it's been like this for 18 years. Caroline, poor freaking kid, has had to deal with this for 18 years, I assume. Since Bella's been around, this would be like if he had a son and a daughter, and if he naturally bonds with the son better because they can do guy stuff together, then what his daughter is just not unconditional love. It's just she's there, and she doesn't get a car. She doesn't get the favoritism. She doesn't get all the things. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Candy Thunder has some thoughts about this that she'd like to share as well. So let's bring her on. Candy Thunder, let's get your thoughts here. She's waiting. She's like, I'm mad and I want to talk.
Honestly, I don't even know what to say because, I mean, we're a blended family. It's almost like pitting your daughters against each other, like a competition for parents' love, because Caroline is always going to work harder to try to get that love that is given to Bella. It's just sad. Like, I don't even know what to say, really. It's not about the car. It's just about the fact that Caroline has been mistreated by her father, who has given her this shitty role model for 19 years. Like, you can't undo that. That damage is completely done. Bella, I would like to know what the relationship between Bella and the mom is, because it doesn't really go into that. Like,
if they both have this, like, this one's mine and this one's yours kind of viewpoint, then it's an everyone sucks here and they're all ass con one. Well, the two parents are.
I did want to clear that up in chat. These are both biologically his daughters. There is no stepdaughter or blended family in this story. Bella is his daughter and Caroline is his daughter biologically, but he connected better with Bella, the younger one, and didn't connect as well with Caroline, the older one. Had more in common with Bella, whatever he wants to call it, but it's just
that doesn't determine them being more or less of your kid, though.
And he can afford to buy the car if he can afford to buy a Mercedes for his daughter, he can afford to buy another car.
Yeah,
that's not, I mean, like, that doesn't even.
They said they had to save up for a long time. You've got two kids to think about, not just one here. So how about instead of a Mercedes, you have a different kind of car and you get two of them? I don't understand this family dynamic where one parent is in charge of one kid and another parent is in charge of another kid. Like, you're not a family.
No, and we've seen this before with like blended families where the mom only takes, or the dad only takes care of his kid. And we've seen what that caused in the future.
Right.
Like, we've seen those stories before. But this story, I feel like, has caused so much more damage in the future. I mean, these are the only parents that have. This is the only father that Caroline has. And he's like, sorry about you. I don't really like you.
Yeah, she doesn't have him. And that's the problem, is he refers to her as his wife's daughter. And
she's going to chase that in her entire life, like trying to find that love. And he's completely just destroyed her. And he doesn't even care.
No.
Like, he did, like, there's no, am I wrong? Question mark, question mark. Yes, you're wrong. You're an asshole.
He's only starting to feel guilty because Caroline's taking it out on Bella. Even him ending up here with this story to be like, am I wrong? Is only because Bella, the one he actually calls his daughter, is experiencing more pain because of it. It is not about anything regarding Caroline's feelings. It's not about anything that his wife was saying. It is only because it's now causing Bella more pain.
He said, I have love and respect for Caroline, but we do not click like Bella and I do. So that clicking is what entitles Bella to a car, but Caroline not. And he said that they share a bank account. Like, none of it makes sense. It's disgusting.
Yes, they are both my daughters, but one is unconditional and one is only my daughter on the biological sense. That line alone. Also, the my daughter, my wife's daughter line, like, you keep ringing the ass con one bell here, dude.
When I first read this story, I thought it was blended, and then you read his comment and you're just mind blown by what's happening here.
Yeah, feel bad for both of the kids, because now if this is a situation where both parents are like this and they're like this with their respective daughters, then their understanding of family is completely f***ed up for the rest of their lives, and it's going to take some breaking and re-educating, or they're going to have relationship issues for the rest of their life regardless because of what they've been through to this point. And maybe he went through some kind of crap as a kid that provided or set the foundation of this completely whacked out situation too. Maybe his parents or maybe his dad showed favoritism to one person, but it is
clearly him, because that's how he, I mean, it had to have been. How would this affect the bond with the sisters? Like, there can't have a bond.
There's got to be hatred. It's got to be hatred between the two.
Yeah, the older one is going to resent the younger one for the rest of her life. And we've seen the golden child. But
it's not just the competition between the daughters now either. It is the competition between the parents to provide for their respective daughters. And this is...
How does he just buy a car out of a joint bank account? I just don't, I can't, like, my brain is like, I don't understand. It does not compute.
It said she wasn't exactly on board.
Yeah, but he just spent the money and it's like almost like financial abuse. If it's their money and she didn't agree to it, spent it on a $70,000, $80,000 car.
There are a lot of problems in this family, and we're only hearing about one of them.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's...
Yeah, the whole dynamic is jacked up. And divorce isn't going to solve any problems here. Now, there needs to be therapy for both the girls, because think about relationships for them as adults moving forward in life. Think about whenever they start families. Their only example right now is this. There's a big assumption we're making there, though, that mother follows this same path but does it for Caroline. I don't know that that's true with as big of a problem as they've had about it.
As a mom, I cannot fathom playing favorites with any of our kids.
And like you said, we're a blended family. And even as a blended family, like, we are very, very careful to make sure that we're treating all the kids equally. It is...
I mean, we've made mistakes. There's no doubt about that.
Everybody does.
Yeah, but I never like this. I would never, ever, 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 ever do this.
It's tough.
Maybe she tries to compensate for what the other daughter isn't getting from the dad. So she feels like she has to.
Well, as soon as one parent starts doing it, she has to try to keep up. Yeah, this guy's causing all kinds of damage, and who knows where it comes from. It doesn't matter. You don't get to just inflict that same damage. Let's say he went through something similar in his youth. Break the cycle, man. At some point, there has to be an inkling that this isn't normal, that it isn't right. Instead of just rolling with it, it's like, shit, poor kids.